The most powerful lie you'll ever tell yourself. Imagine this: you've told the truth your entire life. About your money, about your health, about your relationships. And that right there was your biggest mistake. What if I told you the one thing that will actually move your life forward is to stop describing reality the way it is? Sounds crazy, I know. But let me tell you about a woman named Carol. Carol was 52, divorced. 2 grown kids, living alone in a small house outside of Columbus, Ohio. Every single morning, she got up, looked in the mirror, and told herself the truth. I'm broke. I'm lonely. My best days are behind me. That was her truth. Every single day. Until someone told her, Carol, what if you stopped describing things the way they are? What if you started describing them the way you want them to be? Carol's first reaction: that's ridiculous. That's just lying to yourself. And you know what? That so-called lie completely transformed her life. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear in the next few minutes, this isn't just spirituality. This is the actual mechanics behind it. How manifestation really works, and why the most positive lie you'll ever tell yourself is actually the deepest truth there is. Welcome to Spirita Vivo. Today we're talking about the most powerful lie you can tell yourself. The lie that changes everything, for the better. Part 1. What is the world, really? Let me start with a question. What is actually real? Most people would say, what I can see, what I can touch, what's in my bank account, my house, my car, my body. But here's the thing. That's only a tiny fraction of what actually exists. Here's the truth. We live in a universe of vibrations and energy. Everything, and I mean everything, starts as a frequency, an invisible signal. Think about an old radio. You can't see the signal. You can't hold it in your hand. But the moment you tune to the right frequency, music fills the room. That's how your life works. The universe is constantly broadcasting every possible channel at once. Abundance, health, love, peace, all of it already exists as an invisible frequency. And yes, illness, lack, loneliness, those are broadcasting too. So the question isn't, does the good stuff exist for me? The question is, what channel am I tuned to right now? Part 2. The trap of telling the truth. Now here's the part that keeps most people stuck their entire lives. We've all been taught, look at reality, be realistic, see things as they are. You look at your bank account, and it's empty. You look at your marriage, and it's gone cold. You look in the mirror, and you don't love what you see. So you tell yourself, this is my truth. And do you know what happens next? The universe says, got it? Here's more of that. It's like shouting into the Grand Canyon. Whatever you send out comes back. Louder, bigger. Your thoughts aren't a passive observation of reality. They are the cause of reality. That's the difference between someone who keeps getting more and someone who keeps working harder and harder and never gets ahead. Part 3. The powerful lie. So, what exactly is this lie I'm talking about? Simple. You stop describing reality the way it is, and you start telling yourself the story of how you want it to be. Is that a lie? On the surface, sure, just like Carol thought. This is ridiculous. But once you understand how the universe actually operates, it's not a lie at all. It's the deepest truth. Because what you can't see yet already exists. It's just not manifest, not visible yet. Think of a seed in the ground. You can't see it, but it's there. It's already growing. So when you say, "I live in abundance," even though your bank account doesn't show it yet, you are calling that reality forward. You are tuning your radio to the right station. That is manifestation, not wishful thinking, not magic. It's the deliberate act of tuning your inner world to a frequency that already exists. Part 4. How it works in real life. Okay, but how do you actually do this? Let me tell you what Carol did. Every morning, she stopped using the mirror as a judge. Instead, she started saying out loud, "I attract love into my life. I live in abundance." My best chapter is just beginning. The first few days, she felt ridiculous. She'd catch herself mid-sentence and think, "Who am I kidding?" But she kept going. And after a few weeks, something shifted. Not on the outside, on the inside. She stood taller. She smiled more. She talked about herself differently. And then, almost like it had been waiting for her all along, things started changing on the outside too. Step 1. Ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? Not, what does it look like right now? Not, what's realistic? What do I want? Write it down. Say it out loud. Feel it. Step 2. Build new beliefs. On purpose. Not, I'm trying to make more money, but I live in abundance. Money flows easily into my life. It's not about the words themselves. It's about the feeling behind them. What does it feel like when that's actually true? Step 3. Follow the impulses that show up. An idea, a conversation, a nudge at 2 in the morning. That's the universe opening a door for you. Your job is not to figure out the entire path. Your job is to stay on the right frequency and move when you're called. Part 5. The universe will test you. Now I have to tell you something important. When you start shifting things on the inside, the outside won't change right away. It might take weeks, months, sometimes longer. And during that time, that's the test. You'll look at your life and think, nothing has changed. Maybe even, things are getting worse. That is the moment most people give up. They fall back into the old thoughts, the old channels. Carol had that moment too. 3 months in, she lost her part-time job. Her first thought, "See, it doesn't work. I was just lying to myself." But Carol held on, because by then, she understood how the game works. She told herself, "This isn't happening to me. This is happening for me." And 2 weeks later, she got a job offer. Better pay, more flexibility. Because here's what you have to remember. What you're asking for already exists. It's on its way. Think of it like an Amazon package. You placed the order. You know it's coming. You don't run to the front door in a panic 3 times a day. You trust the process. Part 6. Everything is happening for you. One last thing, and this might be the deepest of all. When things happen that you don't like, you lose the job, the relationship falls apart, the doctor delivers hard news. The first reaction is, why me? What did I do wrong? But there's another way to see it. What if it's not happening to you, but for you? What if every situation, no matter how painful, is moving you one step closer to what you truly want? This isn't naive thinking. This is the foundation of someone who cannot be knocked off course, because they know the situation itself is neutral. What matters is how I choose to see it. So, let me bring it all together. We live in a universe of frequencies. Manifestation isn't a magic trick. It's not a wish list. It's the consistent, deliberate act of tuning your inner world to the life you want to live on the outside. And to do that, you have to start telling yourself a lie. The lie that you're already there. The lie that abundance is your new normal. The lie that your best life isn't behind you. It's right in front of you. Carol still does this every morning, in front of the mirror. And she'll tell you, it was the best lie I ever told myself. So stay on your frequency. Follow the impulses. Trust the process. And keep coming back to this. Everything is happening for you, not to you. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. This is Spirita Vivo. If this episode moves something in you, share it. There might be someone in your life who needs to hear this right now. Until next time, live lightly